Good day everyone, I'm Melio S. Rocha Jr. together with my partner Miss Florimi B. Jumabuk. And now we're going to discuss about the Achieve Curriculum. So the Achieve Curriculum refers to the curriculum outcomes based on the intended and implemented curriculum. So it is considered the product of the curriculum and is typically described by test scores or other performance indicators measured by evaluation tools. The Achieve Curriculum must fit with the objectives and activities that were conducted, indicating the performance of the objectives and various activities. So assessing the achieved curriculum often involves evaluating the alignment between the intended objectives, instructional strategies, and assessments. So the following are examples of appropriate assessments for different types of learning objectives. So the first one is recall, recognize, identify. Objective test items such as fill in the blank, matching leveling, or multiple choice questions that require students to recall or recognize information. The second one is interpret, exemplify and classify, summarize, infer, and compare and explain. Activities such as papers exams, problem sets, class discussions, or concept maps that require students to interpret, summarize, or explain information. And the third one is apply, execute, and implement. Activities such as problem sets, performances, labs, prototyping, or simulations that require students to apply their knowledge or skills. And the fourth one is analyze, differentiate, organize, and attribute. Activities such as case studies, critiques, labs, papers, projects, debates, or concept maps that require students to analyze or organize information. And the fifth one is evaluate, check, critique, and assess. Activities such as journals, diaries, critics problem sets, product reviews, or studies that require students to evaluate or assess information. And the sixth one is create, generate, plan, produce, and design. Activities such as research projects, musical compositions, performances, essays, or creative projects that require students to create or produce something. So it is important to note that the Achieve Curriculum shall align with the intended objectives and activities. So evaluating the Achieve Curriculum helps identify the effectiveness of the instructional strategies and the extent to which students have met the desired learning outcome.
Good day everyone, I am Florimi B. Jumabuk. So this is the continuation of the Achieve Curriculum. So the first question is, do the learning outcomes achieve the learners approximate the level of performance set at the beginning of the curriculum? So whether the learning outcomes achieved by the learners approximate the level of performance set at the beginning of the curriculum is typically involves curriculum evaluation and assessment. So this can be determined through various methods such as formative and summative assessments, rubrics, and ongoing monitoring of students' progress. So it's important to continuously assess the adjust the curriculum to ensure that the learners are progressing as expected and monitoring the set performance standards. Additionally, feedback and data analysis are essential in this process to make necessary modifications to the curriculum. The second question is, are the learning outcomes achieved higher or lower than the objectives set? So the extent to which learning outcomes achieved by the learners compared to the objectives set can vary. Okay, so learning outcomes can be higher, lower, or on par with the objectives, and this can depend on a variety of factors, including teaching methods, students' engagement, resources, and other contextual factors. So the goal is typically to meet or extend the objectives, but it's not uncommon for some learners to excel beyond expectations, while others may struggle to meet them. So regular assessment, feedback, and adjustment of teaching strategies can help align outcomes with the intended objectives. Okay, so the third question is, do the achieved learning outcomes reflect the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and skills intended to be developed? Okay, so to achieve learning outcomes should ideally reflect the knowledge, skills, attitude, and abilities intended to be developed in the curriculum. Okay, so to ensure this alignment, curriculum design and assessment strategies are typically used to define clear learning objectives and encompasses these elements. Okay, so regular assessments, both formative and summative, can help to determine whether students are indeed acquiring the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and abilities specified in the curriculum. Okay, so the adjustment and improvements of teaching methods, materials, and assessments may be needed if misalignment between the intended and achieved learning outcomes. Okay, the first question is, how many percent of the learners in the same class perform higher than the level set at the beginning? Okay, the percentage of learners in a class who perform higher than the level set at the beginning can vary significantly and depends on the range of factors, including specific curriculum, the quality of teaching, and the abilities and efforts of the students, and the assessment method used. So it's common to see the distribution of performance levels in a class, with some students performing below and some meeting and some exceeding the initial expectations. Okay, the exact percentage of students who perform higher than the set level would require analyzing individual assessment result or class grades. So there is no fixed or standardized percentage for this, as it can differ from one class to another. Okay. The last question is, do the curricular outcomes reflect the goals and the aspirations of the community where the curriculum was implemented? Okay, so it largely depends on how well the curriculum was designed to align with the specific needs and values of that community. Okay, a well-developed curriculum often takes into account that the community culture, values, and objectives, ensuring that the educational experience resonates with the local context. Okay, to assess the alignment of curricular outcomes with community goals and aspirations, it's essential to involve community stakeholders in the curriculum development process and gather their input. Okay, regularly feedback and evaluation can help to identify whether the curriculum is meeting the needs and expectations of the community. So adjustment and revisions may be necessary to ensure a closer alignment between the curriculum and the community goals. So that's all. Thank you.